Well, here we are at Curiosity Lab, and with me is Brandon Branham, the CTO and Assistant City Manager. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Chuck.
Brandon's also the brains behind this whole thing, and everyone kind of knows that. We have a microcosm of the whole site. I wonder if you could just do a walkthrough of what we have here. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so obviously explaining what a living laboratory is kind of challenging sometimes, so we did a replica model of the environment. So here you've got City Hall, where we're at, showing some of the 5G towers on the City Hall. We've got example of the solar roadway, showing that there's residential as well as commercial in this living lab. We've got our innovation center here, also showcasing T-Mobile's massive MIMO tower, and then really that city street of the future. So you can see in real life, right? It's not just a straight open course. We've got some curves, we've got a hill, we've got tree canopy, really bringing that environment to life for people to see if we go to a show or anything.
So what do we have on this road?
Yeah, so the two outside lanes that you see that are lit up, that's to indicate the dedicated lanes for autonomous advanced vehicle testing. Interior lanes is our day-to-day traffic. So companies that are here testing are interacting with us as daily human drivers, showcasing some drone activity as well as micro-mobility. And then down here is our traffic signal, where we really bring everything together from an ITS perspective.
So how does a community like this?
Yeah, we've had really great feedback. This is an economic development initiative for the city of Peachtree Corner. So our goal of creating this environment is to drive business growth. And so far, we've been open 3 years, just celebrated our third birthday, and have successfully recruited a little over 2,500 new jobs to the city. All of them attributing their relocation here to Curiosity Lab as one of those factors that they chose our community for.
So how would another city do this?
Yeah, they can't. I'll tell you that. No.
Is it an unreal amount of work?
It is a real amount of work, and it takes a lot of bold leadership from the elected body to be able to, use public funds to put into a living lab like this. We removed a lot of the bureaucracy to create this environment so that companies have open access to public infrastructure. So just take some good leadership and get your team out there.
So I was out here yesterday. I saw signs everywhere, like T-Mobile, for example. Like there's signs everywhere. What are they doing here?
Yeah, so a big part of the lab is that private-public partnership. So we really focused a big part of our time on bringing that together because they're helping drive innovation. So T-Mobile is one of our founding partners, and they deployed their 5G network here in the lab and citywide. But in the lab, we're fortunate that we actually have all three bands of T-Mobile. So we've got high, mid for millimeter wave, and low band, so companies can really experience the breadth of the network.
And Bosch is doing some lighting or signals here?
Bosch is doing their new video as a sensor application, so using the camera to do machine learning AI processing on the physical edge of the camera itself. So they're in here our intersection doing traffic analysis, detection, also helping us with our connected vehicle applications.
We saw another light yesterday. It's got a light, it's Wi-Fi, it's 5G. Tell me about that.
Yeah, as you think about the different layers of connectivity that it's going to take for all of these multiple applications to work in a connected community. So you've got your traditional light bulb, but it's got a Wi-Fi access point, it's got a CV2X radio on it, it's got a camera system on it, and then it's got your LED lighting, and then some of the lights we actually have environmental sensors on as well. So bringing that all together to create that data to help us make better decisions as a community.
So can a community outside of this one, can they adopt any of this technology, or do they have to be more holistic like you've done here, where you basically put everything together?
No, absolutely. Right. Every community has its challenges that they face, so it's finding that application and then using this technology to scale. What we're doing here is meant to scale for large projects. So whether it's a trash sensor or an ITS management system, you can do it here in our 3-mile section of roadway, and then take that and the learnings from it and then implement it in a community anywhere. So
tell me a little about the startups. We saw these startups downstairs. What are they up to?
Yeah, so we part of our operations, we run a startup incubator program in partnership with Georgia Tech and the ATDC Center. So we've got companies working on agriculture IoT, sensors for farmers. We've got some in the construction innovation space who built a drone application to tie rebar. All that up to building low ground, dense 5G networks for drone applications. Big Porthora, we've got a company in the EV infrastructure space, so really helping them learn to build and scale, out in the real world.
So if I come here a year from now, what are we going to be talking about here?
Yeah, I think we'll see connected vehicle communication continue to expand. We're going to grow the lab. So we're going to start connecting this to our downtown, which is about 1.5 miles up the road, and really start implementing these technologies as a larger scale. And then just continue to help the startup community and Fortune 100s innovate.
I look forward to that a year from now.
Thank you.
Thank you.